This is a very special video for this channel. What can I say? It's Richard Corben's Den. I have not even opened this book yet, and boy, was this book a pain in the ass to get. So I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna open this book for you guys, and we're gonna go through it. I'm a bit nervous because I've heard through the grapevine that there's a printing error with the first print. Hopefully you can't see my face. Don't want to reveal myself, but I haven't even opened it yet, and I've had it since I think. Well, let me go back. I pre-ordered this book from Amazon like a moron, and it didn't come in the mail when it was supposed to. So I canceled my order, and I got it from another place, and luckily they had some copies in, so I got it. Apparently people have been having a lot of trouble getting their hands on this book, and I don't know why. It's Richard Corben. I mean, it's Den. So I'm gonna open this. The best I possibly can. I'm very excited about this. Hopefully you can't see my face. If you can, hello. Try not to throw up when you see it. Yeah, I can already tell it's kind of destroyed on the side. Not perfect condition, but whatever. So yeah, this is a very difficult book to get your hands on, apparently, and apparently there's printing issues, so I'm quite nervous about that. But I thought I'd go through this book with you guys because I'm a huge Richard Corben fan. I have been a Richard Corben fan for quite some time. I'm not going to say I'm like a lifelong Corben fan. Like I figured out who he was when I was 5. No. Found out about him probably about 5 years ago. I think I covered the first 2 or 3 stories of Den on here, but now we have a place to collect it. And I'm sorry, Dark Horse, please, for the love of God, just keep your books in print. I don't want to pay $400 for fucking Richard Corben creepy fucking shit. It's like $400 to get a copy of that, but I had to get Den because I knew there were gonna be issues with it because Dark Horse, for some reason, not a reliable publisher. So this is our book without the dust jacket on it, and then here is the back of it, which is very cool. Richard Corben, I found out about him through the Heavy Metal movie and, of course, Heavy Metal comics. I'm going to take this off. Hopefully it doesn't get destroyed. Hopefully I don't roll over it. What a great piece of art. Richard Corben is no longer with us, but his artwork is, and man, what an amazing, Richard Corben. One of these days I'm going to do my favorite artists of all time list, and I'm going to tell you right now, Richard Corben is going to be very high at the top. When I look at Richard Corben's art, it just feels like I'm having fun. It's such an enjoyable experience, and also, yeah, I mean, I mean, we should be so thankful that this guy chose to do comics. He could have done fine art, gone the way of Frazetta, and sort of left us behind, but he continued to do comics for the longest time throughout his life. And we should be very thankful. So anyways, we're going to open this up. Please, Dark Horse, keep this in print. And I apologize to the people who are not able to get their hands on this book. I pre-ordered this book, and I almost had a fucking panic attack because I was afraid that I was not going to get my hands on this. But I did. Hopefully there's no printing problems. Apparently there is on some of them. So we'll see. Hold on. Let's try to move this up a little bit. I'll probably have to move the book a lot. Introduction by Patton Oswalt. Interesting choice. Of all the people that could have done an introduction. Patton Oswalt would have not been my choice, but it is what it is. All right, so here we go. We have this opening page. And, man, what an opening page. Take yourself back to like 1970 something. And you're sort of, you're a casual comics fan. And you see this, you open this page up and you go, holy shit. What is this? Now, I wasn't around in the 70s. I wasn't even a twinkle in my father's ball sack at the time, but I could imagine, that's the thing about this, is that, the thing about art like this is you have to sort of take yourself back to that time period. But the funny thing is this still holds up beautifully. In fact, compared to modern day comics, let me put it this way, if this came out today, yeah, it would still look great. It would still be great, be considered great. But it would definitely win an Eisner. So as you can see, right out of the gate, beautifully painted. Richard Corben had such an amazing understanding of form and anatomy. It's insane. By the way, this paper is very thick. This is the first time I'm experiencing this, so I was so excited for this book. And now I have it. Man, I love the paint. I absolutely love the paint. I wish I could compare it to... I should have taken out my issue of Heavy Metal. Oh, no, I think it's the first one, so I don't have this. I don't have the first issue of Heavy Metal. But I do have the second one, which I'm sure this is in. But anyways. Man. I will say one thing about Richard Corben. His females all had very extremely large breasts. I'm actually loving the paper that's on this or the paper that they used, because it's not super glossy. So it's very nice. Dark Horse makes great books. They just don't keep their books in fucking stock. This is Richard fucking Corben. I can't think of a more iconic artist than Richard Corben. Keep this shit in fucking print. This is Den. People do not want to be paying $400 fucking for this. And people don't want to have to go out and buy the old Heavy Metal issues to get it. They want to have it in a nice tome where they can have it all together. Man, look at the movement of the face as he's getting punched. Like, look at just, how do you do that? How do you paint like this? How do you make your stuff look this good? It's mine. Like, the thing about Corben is that it's so confusing to creative people, because you don't, like, the thing is as you become a better artist, you understand what people are doing. You go, okay, I understand what Neil Adams is doing here. I understand what this person is doing here. Richard Corben, I don't understand what he's doing. I know it's probably a lot of airbrush stuff or oils or whatever. I'm not sure. And I'm sure somebody will know exactly what he did. But, man, amazing. Look at that foreshortening. I love the foreshortening of those legs. So the story is that I guess this kid goes through this portal or whatever. He creates this thing and he goes to this portal and he becomes Den. And look at the amount of detail on that dinosaur. Very cool. Very cool stuff. I'm not like, I like black and white stuff better than color stuff, but man, Corben, if they had printed this in black and white, I think I would have been very upset. The thing is, I don't know if we ever need a Corben artist edition. I would like one, but I also like to have sort of the full package as well. Man, look at that. Look at the lighting on that. And just oh man, that's got to be a reference image. The other thing I love about Corben is when you think about when you first start drawing and you figure drawing is very different or very difficult. I'm sorry, very difficult. And one of the things that they try to tell you is you got to focus on proportion. Proportion is so important. And then you look at a Corben drawing or figure drawing. Now look at that, by the way. What a great figure there. I'm really into the figure drawing stuff. I really am. But anyways, you look at Corben's work, and it's just, nothing is like, it's not your normal proportions. It works, and sometimes it's exact proportions like what you need, but the head might be a little too big, or the shoulders might be too wide, or the torso might be a little bit longer than it should be, or shorter than it should be, depending on the piece. But yeah. By the way, if you've ever seen the Heavy Metal movie, this is literally the story directly from the comic, or it's directly from the comic. I think I've only seen the, I think the second and third Den story I haven't seen at all. So, just absolutely great. Love it. Love this. Love this art. It's so different. I love an artist who sort of just has this style that's just so different than everything you see. You normally see. It sort of puts you in this world, and you're in Corben's world. I love that movement of the figure, the twist. I don't know how long it took him to do a page. I couldn't even imagine how long it took him to do a page, but it probably took quite some time. Man, look at that. Look at that sky. That's the thing is like you really appreciate color when it's sort of done in such a creative way. And I love that, like that foreshortened figure, the chest coming forward. What an absolute master. Just like drawing like, dragons and shit and like yeah. Like to me like is Corben the master of fantasy art? Very well could be. So far I don't see any printing issues, so that's very nice. I don't even know if those rumors are true, but it's going around that there might be some printing issues. Love that. I love great anatomy, great figure drawing. I've already said that, but I just love his use of form. And the color, man, like those blues and those purples. It really reminds me of like Barry Windsor Smith really got into blues and purples at one point too. I don't know if that had anything to do with like Corben. Maybe he was looking at Corben stuff and he was just sort of thought it was very interesting, but yeah. I mean, look at that. Look at that panel there. Look at that lighting. Just so cool. So different than what you see. I mean, again, like I said, people should be so thankful that Corben was making comics. You look at guys like Bill Sienkiewicz and Alex Ross. And even if you're not a big fan of their work, I mean, they make comics sort of feel like an art form, you know. But I mean, comics is an art form, but a lot of people kind of shit on comics. Go, that's not really an art form, especially fine art people. But you take a look at stuff like this, and come on. By the way, like I already said, Dark Horse did a great job with this. I'm very, very thankful for this. So this is 77. Makes sense. I think that's when heavy metal came out. 77, 76, somewhere around there. Man, look at that. I love that drawing. His facial expressions, absolutely. Ugh, I love it. Such a creative guy. Such like like it was like you're in another world. You know, it's like was Corben a fucking alien? What the hell? What's going on with this? Huh? That's an interesting situation there. Great hands. Hands are so difficult to draw. I mean, this is all difficult. People tell you like heads and hands are the most difficult. Everything is difficult to draw. Everything. There's not. Oh, you know, chest is easy. No, shoulders are hard. It's all difficult to draw. It's not just hands and feet. It's and faces. Man. Great stuff. If I was a comic book creator at this time, I would have just been like, I can't top this. I would have been so jealous, so envious of Corben's skills. He loved that use of purple. I love that. I love that piece too. You just feel it, like his ability to sort of get that feeling in his work, to get those expressions. Now look at that foreshortening there. See, that's the thing, is when you're an artist, you don't have to be perfect. You don't always have to be perfect, but it works. It reads. I mean, even the movement of the breasts. I mean, ugh, man, it's the expression, the gesture, the movement. I mean, it's unbelievable. Kind of makes you think of Juillet. A lot of greens in here now. That's a great drawing there too. So many great pieces here. I hope there's extras in here. I don't know if there is. I hope there is. mean, look at that. Look at the muscles on that. Sorry, I'm so quiet because I'm like looking at all this amazing art. I love stuff like that, like the lettering there. So yeah, if you're on the fence about getting this and it's available, you should absolutely get it. So we got some more stuff. Great piece there, which was in the comic. And then we have, oh, hear that. And we have a gallery. Man, look at that. Whew. Talk about a drawing that just sort of puts you in a place. I love that. Book hasn't been open yet. Look at that cover there. Look at the amount of detail on the skin of that, you know, monstrous dinosaur thing. Lizard. Man, his ability to foreshorten, like the front foreshortening of that chest coming forward. That's some hard shit to draw. That hand going back, that movement of the hand, movement of the arms. It's like, how long did it take him to come up with that gesture? I mean, did he take it from reference, and then how long did it take him to figure out, okay, let me get that gesture, you know? I mean, this is a guy who could draw everything. Looks like somebody took a bird shit on it. Some glue issues or something. I mean, Dark Horse. Why are these pages like stuck together? I also like the binding. Is it being binded by? I'm not sure what it's being binded by. And then there is Richard Corben himself. Died December 2nd, 2020. Very sad. Huge loss in comics. But that is volume 1 of Den by Richard Corben. And it's quite a shame that so many people are having difficulties getting this book. I should have made this video a while back, but I didn't. But if you do have your hands on it, awesome. And if you're kind of on the fence, I would definitely suggest that you get it for the price of what the retail price. Don't go out and buy it for $50. Unless, of course, you absolutely need it, or you're like a huge Richard Corben fan. You're like, I need it. Like, I probably would have paid that had it been out of stock and I pre-ordered it and I never got my copy. But thankfully, I got my copy. And Dark Horse did a great job with this book. And yeah, I'm very excited that they're printing at least to volume 4. I, of course, have mine pre-ordered. But yeah, I mean, I mean, I wanted a place where you can get all of Richard Corben stuff in one place. And it's finally happening. I wish that they would reprint his creepy stuff, because I did not get my hands on that. His creepy and eerie stuff I did not get, but everything else, which is just this, I have my hands on, and I pre-ordered everything else, and hopefully there's no issue, and hopefully they fix the problem. I don't know. Maybe they think that Richard Corben stuff's not going to sell. It's very possible, but I mean, so many people sort of have been complaining about, you know, their comic book shop not having it, or Amazon doesn't have it, or, you know, I mean, even big retailers like Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and, you know, Walmart don't have it. So I'm very thankful that I got my hands on it. But yeah, this is just a great book, and it's worth the $30 dollars or so that you're going to pay for it. It's so great to have Corben in one place. You know, to have Den at least is going to be in one place. I kind of wish they had done like what they did with Frank Miller's Sin City, where they printed a huge omnibus. But then again, I mean, it's kind of cool to have like a library edition, kind of like the Hellboy stuff. So I guess, you know, I feel like this is kind of like a kind of like an experiment to see how well Corben stuff sells. Because it's so, I mean, Den is so difficult to get your hands on anywhere else other than Dark Horse now, because I tried to find copies in the past, and they're all like European, like they're all like Italian or French, and they're like 80, 90 bucks, and if you want to get the English versions, they're extremely expensive. So now Dark Horse is reprinting, and I'm so happy that the Corben family is allowing that to happen, because it's about fucking time that this stuff is available for people to get. Because it's just unbelievable stuff. I mean, it's stuff that really puts you in like this world that's just so creative, just amazing. So that, of course, is Den, Volume 1 by Richard Corben. And if you're still watching, put in the comments section what your favorite Richard Corben story is. You know, because I've read some of his stuff, but I haven't read all of it, because it's not readily available. I haven't read all of Den, so I got to go and I'm going to actually read this. And sort of, maybe I'll do like a follow-up video or something of me, giving it a full review. I don't really want to be the review guy. I kind of just want to be the guy who kind of looks at something and goes, oh, I like the perspective on that, or I like the shading of the form. But maybe I'll break that rule for Corben, because I really am a huge Corben fan. I mean, it's just, his artwork is, I know a lot of people are a big Frazetta fan, and I like Frazetta too, but Corben to me is just a more fun version, of Frazetta, where you can kind of, I don't know, you feel like you're in a world, you feel like you're in a different world, whereas Frazetta sort of feels like, oh yeah, I'm looking at a painting. It's cool, but but Corben sort of like puts you in a world, and kind of you get consumed by it. It's very cinematic. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you can get your hands on this amazing book by Richard Corben. Thank you, Dark Horse. Keep it in stock, readily available. I don't want to fucking hear about people going, oh, I didn't get my hands on it because I didn't have the funds at the time or whatever. And then they're paying $400 in the future for it. It's so ridiculous that people have to do that. Thank you.